3 years ago, Ahan Rezada married Shania Gill, but for the Gill family, he was nothing more than a poor, middle-class nobody. What they didn't know was that Ahan was the illegitimate son of the Rezada Empire, one of the richest families in the country. Trapped in a loveless marriage, Ahan lived in silence, until one day, everything changed. He was named the heir to the Rezada Group of Industries. Now, he has the power to fulfill Shania's every dream, and to teach the Gill family a lesson they will never forget. Will Ahan finally win Shania's love? Will he take revenge on the family that humiliated him? This is the story of a silent lover, a secret heir, and the ultimate twist of fate.
Chapter 1. The name Ahan Rezada * carried the weight of legacy, as if he were the heir to one of India's top business dynasties. But the Ahan we speak of was a man whose every breath reeked of helplessness. True, he was the son-in-law of a wealthy business family, but even the servants pitied him, often whispering, "If you need money, just ask. We can't bear to see you struggle like this." On the surface, men from rich families liked his flaunted luxury cars, dined at elite clubs, and lived in grandeur. But Ahan's life revolved around three constants: disrespect, more disrespect, and unbearable humiliation. And yes, sometimes, when he saw a wealthy man treating his wife to a lavish dinner at a 5-star hotel, he would clutch his pillow tightly, dreaming, "One day, I'll wear an expensive suit and take my wife, Shania, to a place like this. And when she embraces me in a romantic candlelight dance, every rich man in that room will burn with envy." Just as he lost himself in that dream, his phone rang, jolting him awake. Rubbing his eyes, he saw Shagun's name flashing on the screen. His heart sank. Shagun, Shania's cousin, was the last person he wanted to talk to. She never missed a chance to belittle him. Reluctantly, he answered, "What's wrong, Jijaji? Too busy to pick up my call?" Ahan forced a reply, "No, Shagun, I was just..." She cut him off. "Never mind, I need you to pick up my necklace from Sahu Jewelers. I've already called the owner. Collect it and bring it to my house. And oh," Ahan tried to interject, "but I have to go to the bank." Shagun's voice turned icy. "My dear Jijaji, who do you think you're fooling? You live off our scraps. Drop the excuses and get my necklace within an hour. And the jeweler will hand you 30,000 rupees, not a single note better be missing." Ahan clenched his jaw. "Shagun, I've never stolen a penny in my life. If you don't trust me, send a servant." She scoffed. "Let me remind you, you don't get to argue in this house. Just do as you're told. 1 hour. Bye." The call ended. Ahan stared at his phone as if it were the most wretched thing in existence. Fresh out of the shower, he hurried to his wardrobe. Only 2 worn-out outfits hung inside. He picked the less shabby one and got dressed. As he stepped out, he saw his mother-in-law, Yamini Ji, hosting a rummy party with her friends. One of them complained, "Yamini, look. The strap of my sandal broke on the way here. How will I go back now?" Yamini Ji smiled. "No need to worry, I'll have a servant fix it." The woman wrinkled her nose. "It's an expensive sandal. I don't trust servants with it. Besides, I never wear broken sandals again." Yamini Ji chuckled. "Oh, don't worry, I'll send someone better than a servant, he'll handle it perfectly." Just then, her eyes landed on Ahan. "Ahan, fix her sandal and bring it back." Ahan hesitated. "But I have to run Shagun's errand." Yamini Ji's glare silenced him. "No arguments. Just go." The woman shoved her broken sandal into his hands. Ahan stared at it, swallowing his pride. Today was his birthday. But no one remembered. As he walked away, Yamini Ji's other friends piled on more tasks. "Get my purse polished, drop these papers at the lawyers." Ahan's fists tightened, but then his gaze fell on a framed photo of Shania. His heart ached. "After all this humiliation, the only reason I stay in this house is you, Shania. Because I can't bear to lose you. I love you." Asterisk. As he stepped outside, a message lit up his phone. Shania. Can you come to my office today? His heart leapt. A smile broke through his gloom. This was the first time she had ever called him to her office. Maybe she remembered his birthday. Maybe there was a surprise waiting. A flower shop on the way caught his eye. He checked his wallet. Only 500 rupees left. He had planned to buy new clothes for his bank visit, but nothing matters more than Shania. Asterisk. He bought her a bouquet. Then, remembering Shagan's necklace and the sandal, he smirked. Sorry, aunties, you'll have to wait. Shania comes first. He tossed the broken sandal into the bushes and sped off. Gill Construction Office. Ahan had never been inside the family's business empire. Today, he expected a warm welcome. But as he entered, he collided with a man in a sharp blue suit and sunglasses, Dev Malhotra, Shania's high-profile client. You idiot, Malhotra snarled. Watch where you're going. Do you even belong here? Who are you? Asterisk. Ahan's bouquet fell. Malhotra crushed it under his shoe and stormed off. Through the glass partition of her cabin, Shania watched, tears in her eyes. Asterisk. Ahan entered, mistaking her tears for concern. Shania, don't worry about what happened. It's okay, she snapped. Stay away from me. Why won't you just disappear from my life? Asterisk. His breath hitched. What? Asterisk. You're not my husband. You're the punishment for my sins. She screamed. Papa forced me into this marriage, and I'm still paying for it. You were never worthy of me, and today, you humiliated me in front of my biggest client. Asterisk. Tears streamed down her face. Everywhere I go, you drag me down. You're just a stain on my life. Asterisk. She stormed out, kicking the ruined bouquet aside. Clean this mess up. Asterisk. She ordered a servant. Outside, Malhotra waited in his luxury car. Shania slid in beside him, leaving Ahan behind. Ahan stood frozen, staring at his rusted bike, the symbol of his crumbling life. It's okay, Shania. I know it's not you, it's my circumstances. But one day, you'll understand. I'll give you the world. Asterisk. Just then, a sleek black luxury car pulled up. A middle-aged man stepped out. Ahan's eyes widened. This man wasn't supposed to be here. Asterisk. Young master. Asterisk. The man said solemnly. Asia's richest company, the Rezada Group, awaits you. Billions of rupees in empire demand your return. The time has come. Asterisk. Who is this man? Why did Shania treat Ahan this way? What is Ahan's real story? Chapter 2. Ahan's eyes burned with anger as he glared at the man standing before him. Mr. Vikram, what are you doing here? The man, dressed in an expensive suit, golden glasses perched on his nose, smiled faintly. I've come to take you, young master. I won't argue with you because, at the end of the day, I'm just your father's employee. But his orders must be followed. Ahan scoffed. Cut to the chase. I don't like riddles. Vikram's smile widened. Good. Then I'll be direct. Your father, Aditya Rezada, wants you to take over his business empire, the largest in Asia. He's ready to hand it all to you. Ahan's grip tightened. And you assumed I'd just agree. I'm his illegitimate son, remember? Why would he give me anything now? When my mother was sick and I begged him for help, he was too busy in a meeting. Because of him, she's gone. I'll never forgive him. Leave, Vikram. Vikram sighed. Young master, you know how stubborn your father is. He'll go to any lengths to bring you back. The Gill family is nothing compared to him, he can crush anyone in seconds. But, forget the past. Mr. Rezada is ready to give you everything you deserve. Ahan's voice turned icy. Tell him I don't want his wealth. No amount of money can bring my mother back. And make sure no one finds out I'm a Rezada. With that, Ahan revved his bike and sped off. Vikram watched him leave, then dialed Aditya Rezada's number. He refused, Vikram said. A cold voice replied from the other end. Asterisk, I don't care what it takes. Bring him to me. Vikram smirked. You'll have to come back, young master, one way or another. Asterisk. The disappearance. By the time Ahan reached home, it was 7 p.m. He glanced around. Shania's mother has left, but where is Shania? Asterisk. His phone rang. Yumini G. The moment he answered, her shrill voice lashed out. Where were you? Do you know how humiliated I was in front of my friends because of you? And then you didn't even pick up your phone. Where were you? Ahan stammered. I went to pick up Shania, but her phone. Give the phone to her. Hers isn't working either. Ahan hesitated. She isn't with me. Yumini's voice turned dangerous. You just said you went to get her. Asterisk. She was with a client, Ahan mumbled. It's almost night, and you're saying my daughter is with some client. You must have done something. That's why she didn't come back with you. You couldn't even be a good son-in-law, and now you're failing as a husband. Find her. I want Shania home in 1 hour. The call ended. Ahan tried calling Shania repeatedly, but her phone was dead. Panic set in. Where is she? Asterisk. The rescue. Ahan stormed into Dev Malhotra's nightclub, a place Shania had mentioned before. Inside, the music was deafening, drunk bodies swaying under neon lights. No sign of Shania. Just as he was about to confront the manager, a scream cut through the noise. Let go of me. Ahan kicked open the private room's door, and froze. Shania, drugged and barely conscious, was struggling against Dev Malhotra, who had her pinned. Dev snarled. Asterisk. You. How dare you? Ahan's fist collided with Dev's face before he could finish. I'm her husband. Asterisk. Ahan growled, lifting Shania into his arms. I should kill you right now. But I'll let her decide your fate. Dev paled, clutching his bleeding lip as Ahan carried Shania away. The silent night. At home, Ahan gently laid Shania on his bed. Her face, usually sharp with defiance, looked heartbreakingly vulnerable. I know you hate sharing a room, but I can't leave you alone tonight. Asterisk. He brushed her hair back, fighting the urge to kiss her forehead. Instead, he grabbed a pillow and slept on the couch. The morning after, at dawn, Shania woke up and immediately erupted. How dare you bring me to your bed? Ahan blinked. This isn't the gratitude I expected. Asterisk. You were drugged. Dev tried to, and you thought that gave you the right to sleep next to me. Ahan laughed dryly. I slept on the couch. But sure, scream at the guy who saved you. Shania's anger flickered as memories resurfaced. The spiked drink, Dev's hands on her, Ahan bursting in. She deflected. Don't think this changes anything between us. Ahan rolled his eyes and turned away. Shania grabbed her laptop, trying to distract herself, until an email made her blood run cold. No, my biggest project, rejected. Then her phone rang. Anand Gill, her grandfather, the ruthless head of Gill Constructions. Her hand trembled. If I answer, I'll only hear curses. Asterisk. But she had no choice. The call ended seconds later. The phone slipped from her fingers. She was in shock. Cliffhanger. What did Anand Gill say? Will Ahan and Shania's walls finally break? Chapter 3. As soon as Shania picked up the phone, a voice came from the other end. Shania, our company's biggest project is being taken back from you, and from now on, you are no longer a part of this family business. You will have no further association with Gill Construction. Hearing this, Shania's phone slipped from her hands. She was completely shocked by her grandfather's decision and sat down in disbelief. Ahan rushed to her side and asked, What happened, Shania? Whose call was it? Ahan noticed the email on her laptop screen that Shania had just read. Then, Shania said, This is my headache now, and I'll handle it myself. Because of this email, I've lost my dream project. Grandpa said he's taking it back from me and removing me from the company. Ahan frowned. But how is that possible? How can someone be kicked out of the company just because of one project? And if the approval didn't come through, how is that your fault? Shania lowered her head and replied, I told you, I'll handle it myself. Ahan interrupted, I think you should talk to your grandfather about this. Such a big decision can't be made over a phone call. Without responding, Shania started to walk away when Ahan said, Shania, everyone thinks I'm useless, maybe even you. But what did trusting others get you? Give your so-called useless husband a chance for once. Shania turned around sharply and walked up to him. Oh, so you think you're some kind of hero now? What exactly will you do? Ahan replied firmly, come with me, Shania. Let's talk to your grandfather. Shania glared at him but then, after a moment's thought, said, fine. Let's go. Ahan took her straight to Gill Construction's office. Soon, they were standing in front of Anand Gill, Shania's grandfather. Anand looked at Shania and said, Shania, in business, I'm very clear-headed. The decision I made wasn't out of anger or emotion. This new building project is Gill Construction's dream, and it must be completed at any cost. Since you couldn't handle it, I've handed it over to Shaurya. He'll take care of it now. You can relax at home. Shania protested, but Grandpa, this project is my dream too. I don't know where things went wrong, but I promise I'll get the approval no matter what. Please give me one last chance before handing it to Shaurya. Anand Gill stared at her for a moment, then finally said, fine. But this has to be done today. Shania nodded, and she and Ahan left. Shaurya, Shania's cousin, had always wanted to push her out of the business. His ambition was to take over the empire, and he would stop at nothing to sideline her. His father, Neeraj, fully supported him. Ahan and Shania arrived at the municipal office where they needed to get the approval. Just then, Shania saw Shaurya walking out, smirking. Oh, here for the approval. Shaurya taunted. Too bad, nothing's going to happen. I've already bought that officer. Shania glared at him and stormed inside with Ahan. A meeting was in progress when they entered. Shania angrily approached an officer. Mr. Saxena, I need to talk to you. Saxena looked up and smiled. Shania ji, what brings you here? Ahan watched silently as Shania confronted him. All the necessary documents for Gill Construction's building are complete. Every rule has been followed, yet we were denied approval. Can you explain why? Suddenly, a woman's voice came from behind. Because I told him not to approve it. Shania and Ahan turned to see who it was. Shania was stunned. Kamini, you work here? Kamini smirked. Yes, I do. And this Mr. Saxena you're talking to, he's my husband. Shania was speechless. Kamini continued, when I saw you needed our approval, I made sure you wouldn't get it. My husband holds the power to make or break your project. Since you're so rich, why don't you just buy your way through? Shania pleaded, Kamini, whatever happened back then was my fault. I was immature. Please forget it. Kamini cut her off. I can't forget, Shania. I'll never forget that day when I shared my wedding news with all our friends, and you mocked my unemployed husband. You humiliated me in front of everyone. I left crying that day. Shania said guiltily, Kamini, I was foolish. I'm still ashamed of what I did. The entire staff, including Ahan, listened silently. Kamini snapped, feeling ashamed won't fix anything. Today, you'll pay for that humiliation with humiliation. Shania clenched her fists. What do you mean? Kamini glanced at Ahan. This is your husband, right? What great achievements does he have? He's not even fit to stand beside my husband. I heard he's just a house husband. Shania growled, Kamini, you're making a mistake. Kamini laughed. Oh, I've barely started. Listen carefully. If you want this approval, your husband will have to beg for it in front of the entire staff. On his knees. Kamini, Shania shouted. Kamini pointed to the door. The exit's that way, Shania. Helpless, Shania bit her lip and walked out. Shaurya was waiting outside, smirking. Oof, looks like things didn't work out. So sad. Now you'll have to hand the project over to me. Oh, and since you're useless in Anand Dada's eyes now, you'll have to leave the company too. Don't worry, I'll handle everything. You can relax at home with your useless husband. Oh wait, where is he? Didn't he come back with you? Before Shania could react, she realized Ahan hadn't followed her out. She turned back and froze. Through the glass door, she saw Ahan on his knees, begging for the approval while the entire staff laughed at him. Tears welled up in her eyes. She rushed inside, but Kamini stepped out, smiling. He really loves you, doesn't he? Willing to do anything for you. Where did you even find him? Anyway, congratulations, your approval is granted. Shaurya, furious, interrupted. How is this possible? I paid your husband. Kamini smirked. You'll get your money back. My revenge was more important. As Ahan walked out, Shania glared at him. What do you think you're doing? Who gave you the right to humiliate yourself like that? Do you think I'd accept this project at the cost of your dignity? Am I that weak? Ahan stayed silent, head bowed. Shania's voice trembled. Let's just go. She walked ahead, but Shaurya blocked Ahan's path. You think this changes anything? I won't let her get away with this. Ahan finally looked up, his eyes sharp. As long as I'm here, no one, not even you, can touch Shania. Shaurya sneered. We'll see how long you last. I'll make sure your marriage ends in ruins. Ahan smirked. Try me. You'll get burned. Later, they returned home. Just as they arrived, Shania received a call from Anand. Shania, we're throwing a party at our old house to celebrate your success. Bring Ahan along. Shania brightened. Thank you, Grandpa. We'll be there. She hung up and turned to Ahan, trying to sound indifferent. Grandpa's hosting a party. We're invited. Well, he said you should come with me. Ahan hid his smile and opened his wardrobe, only to find several new suits hanging inside. He looked at Shania in surprise. She shrugged. Don't look so shocked. I ordered some clothes for myself, but they didn't fit. The shop refused a refund, so I got these for you. Wear one when we leave. She walked away, but then her phone rang again. It was Shagan. Shania, the shopkeeper said you specially ordered suits for Ahan. What's going on? Shania replied curtly, what's wrong if I do something for him? We'll talk later. At the party, Shaurya and Shagan exchanged glances. Shagan whispered, I gave Ahan a task, and he didn't do it. He's getting too arrogant. Shaurya sipped his drink. Don't worry, I have a plan. Something that'll turn this perfect couple into a laughingstock. You just need to play your part. Shagan raised an eyebrow. What exactly is Shaurya planning? To find out, stay tuned for the next part of this story.